Okay, great. Welcome, guys. I've got a good news for you. I'm gonna give you a breakdown and case study of some of the ads I'm running in US for multiple businesses, whether it is e-commerce, whether it is lead gen. So I'm gonna give you an overview of what I've done and how you guys can achieve those results. Let's start with one of the accounts that I have right now. Again, this is sensitive information. I'm hiding the necessary information just to maintain the client's confidentiality, and it is really important that if you're working with anybody, you do the same, right? Unless you have a direct consent with the person you're working with. Okay, so let's go ahead. So this is basically the first account. So you could see I have one, two, and three. These are three accounts, right, over here. And you can see that I have run some multiple campaigns over here. Some accounts have a lot of campaigns, some accounts have a few campaigns. So two of these accounts are the accounts. These are brand new, like brand new pixel. We started running ads. There was no previous sales or anything. So these are all new brand accounts, right? The first two that I'm going to show you. So either you're selling on a landing page or you're selling on a Shopify, you could say a Shopify store. Both would work for you as long as your conversion are tracked when somebody's adding the product to cart, viewing them, and placing an order. That is it. So you can see over here the total amount that we've spent around $2,150. Every single cost per action, like every single purchase that costs us around $33 over here. And we've got around 64 purchases, which is a really good number for a business just started recently advertising, not even a month. Right now, the ROS sits as 2.23, which is not a lot if you ask me. But considering all of the experimenting we are doing over here, the client is still profitable. But you could say the most of the time my ROS was around 5, which was a really, really good number. That means you're putting in $10, you're making $50 back. So when you cut the expenses of, let's say, the coffer, the money you're spending on advertising, the money you're spending on deliveries and the product cost, so you're making at least two times you're making back. So basically, that means you're putting in $10 in advertising, you're spending $10 on delivery and additional stuff, and $10 on the product cost, and you're selling it for 50, so you're making 20 back. So that is how ROS works. So okay, so apart from that, the purchase value is around $4,794, which is not bad. So you could say a round figure of $2,000. I've put in ads, and we've got almost around 5,000 back, 4,800 back, right? Okay, so what strategy I used over here? It was a different testing strategy. It might work really effective for you as it did for me. And there are many testing strategies that you could use in advertising. You can but the one suggestion is that you never go for Advantage Plus. Don't go for the Advantage Plus campaigns. Start with, ABO, normal campaign. Just put the budget on the ad set, and just run your ad. And I'll show you the strategies later on, what I was using over here. Okay, I'm switching to the another account. So over here, you could see that the account is not that profitable, how much it should have been. It happens, it's part of work. You sometimes fail, you sometimes do, get good sales and all. So the same strategy was applied over here, but of course people were, they were people before me who were handling the account, and we got the sales in the start, but then the sales did not come in and the cost per purchase went high. We're not profitable over here, we're losing money now. So I'm not going to show you the results for last month and this month. I can show you results for specific days where we were profitable, but I'd say just let it be, right? So just a quick overview: we spent around $4,600. Our ROS is grabbed. It's meds up right now. Point sales total value of 6,695 dollars, and the cost per purchase was extremely high. It went up to $332, which is insane. Because the average product costs around at least $45. So it was another reason that we were not that successful over here. But you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. So we are still progressing on this time, and hopefully we'll raise his ROS. Hopefully, if he stays with us. Okay, so what from this account you learned that where you could fail and where you would not fail, or what mistakes not to make, or it's all part of learning. We all fail somewhere. We can't be perfect. So I'm gonna take you to another account. So it has huge spending. I'm not gonna show you the whole spending. It's like $300,000 or something. But I have only spent a chunk of that money on that account, right? This is like 300 or $260,000. I haven't spent even like 10% of it. I've spent a very limited amount because my goal was a bit different over here. But I'm just gonna show you through some of the some of the steps, some of the things, so that it makes sense to you. And later on, you could recognize that it's a high ticket product. It's not an e-commerce product. It's a service, but we are selling it through selling it in a way that the conversion are tracked through e-commerce. So when you're running ads, so the ads would make more sense over here. In which category, in which way that it's getting a customer, we're getting a customer through leads. Then we are retargeting the customers and turning them into a sale, and that sale is counted as a purchase event in our pixel, right? So say these are, you could say, hardly 2000, 2003, 200, 300, 500, maximum of $1,000 I've personally spent, not more than that, being very honest with you, right? um, and even I did not create the funnels. I'll be very honest. But how the system is working, that is the goal over here that you guys, would learn from. So basically, you could see that some of the earliest campaigns over here, you could say that 4,000, like $300, $1,000 spent, total spent, right? They might be running for a long time or short time, $12,000 whatsoever. You can see over here, the RO is 250, 2.4, and rest goes on. And you can similarly see the purchases are over here, 3, 11, 6, 126, depending on how long the ad is running. And then you can see the purchase value that out of three purchases that we had from here, $750 were made back. Now that is a really nice amount for considering that 50 for $43 we ran the ad, we got the every lead, like anybody who comes in on the site. Now here's the funny part, right? So first goal, when person comes in, they fill in their information to get this done. The first step, when they've given us their basic information and the first step is done, we count it as cost per lead. So there's no content view over here. The first part of the funnel is cost per lead. It come as a lead, right? So this is the top of the funnel, and then we are retargeting those audiences. And how you could do that? People who have visited your website, people who are already filled up the form. These are the two targetings that you need to have, right? So we're retargeting those people, and we're retargeting those people to convert them into a sale, and every single sales value. Now let's do some math over here. So three sales, $750 is the purchase value. So that means every single product costs around 250. That is it. Easy, easy math. So if I'm selling a $250 product directly with ads, it would more not make a lot of sense. And even the first, when they're turning into leads, they're just paying $50. So I think that cost is not even getting tracked over here, right? It's done through backend. So either way, the business is profitable. So that means anybody who comes in, at least he pays a minimum 50 if he says yes. And then they're upsold to the actual product that is going up to 250. So this is like a high ticket. We're selling a high ticket service, not a product, a high ticket service, which is very, very valuable, honestly speaking, very valuable service, very valuable service. I would not disclose it, but it is like, if you're creating content or anything, it is the key essential of securing your business. That is it, nothing more than that. Okay, coming back to the point over here, you could say that we've spent $1,000, we are making this back 40, right? And over here you could see that there's a cost per leads. The first step is the lead. So some of the campaigns are just getting us leads. So over here you could see that we've got around 3,000 leads, right? People came in, they came into the first step, 3,000. You could say almost 4,000 people. The cost per lead was significantly low. Only $20, you could say, at least, right? The best one, I'm talking about the best one, right? And then we are retargeting those people and the website visitors, and those website visitors are basically when those people are retargeted and they complete the whole process and they make the purchase. So we made around this amount back. So this is like, let me see, $13,750. Now, this is specifically when I'm doing the top of the funnel. That is when somebody comes on your site and just views your landing page. Does not even adds to cart, right? Or maximum adds to cart, right? So in that specifically, even while doing that, right, I've put in $72,000. The account has put in $72,000 on myself, of course. And not profitable over here, but we got qualified people. We are retargeting them, and 55 of them converted into the actual customers. Otherwise, they might have bought the basic, you could say, low ticket service from there, not the product, low ticket service from there, and it goes on, right? And if you see one of the best performing campaigns, which is itself is a purchase campaign, when we ran the ad, we got 371 leads. Every lead costed $34. Out of those, whoever was going through the funnel, right? So we got 126 purchases, the average of 2.5 2 point you could say 2.5, $12,000, 12,735 had been spent, and $31,500 is what you're making back. So in short, regardless of the targeting, if you put in an e-commerce perspective, I put in $12,700, I made $31,500 back. If you do the math again, you come to the figure that I've previously mentioned. Lowest product 50, lowest service 50, maximum 250. But we are selling it just to keep track of the revenue in a way that we've optimized it in a way that this page, if first anybody comes in, fills in the form, this is the lead, this is the cost per lead, he's in the first part. So in that part, automatically he'll be sent emails and stuff, and the customer would pay directly, and they will get it. It is like exactly what you see in ClickFunnels or any funnels that all of the people in US and internationally are teaching, right? Really, really effective. Because email marketing does not cost you anything. You just pay a monthly cost, and that is it. Okay, so I hope this makes a lot of sense to you. What strategy we used over here, nothing new. Just the funnel was the game over here. We do have a lot of challenges. We wanna increase the ROI, but it is all part of the process. So even if when you're running ads and you're maintaining this, and when you're selling a service, you're not selling like a physical product. So there's no product cost. Like if I'm selling coaching services, say advertising myself, and I am the product. So I don't need to pay anything to anybody. Yeah, I might be paying fee for my, you could say, hosting for my website, right? Or any LMS I'm using, or any place where I'm hosting my service, that's what I'm paying for. That is my cost. Otherwise, there's advertising cost. There's no other cost. So everything that I'm making back, it is making far more profitable. So that is exactly how service business works at the same time. So going ahead, let me in the next step, I'll be going back, and I'll be teaching the strategy that will get you sales and leads. No, the main thing is the ad and everything, but the strategies that has worked for me in testing ads, I'm going to teach you that. And there are hundreds of strategies that I've taught before in my different courses on Udemy, or in my personal coaching as well. So pretty much sure it's going to be for anybody who's starting out, it's going to be really good. So thank you very much. And if you might want to consider me as a mentor, do check out my website. My name is Yasir Ahmed. Lovely meeting with you all.